I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the whip animation. I made the whip and I ripped it, and it works fine if I turn on uh, the auto IK. I try to do inverse kinematics, but it was there's like too many sections. It didn't work out too great. So I'm just trying different kinds of whip animations. Like this one was like a sword throw, and the whip doesn't really animate in this one. It's attached to the hand. Let's see. There is one where I try to make a custom one. This one. Oop, it's taking a bit to load. Here we go. This one's pretty fast. Get rid of the armature. So this was just like a sword slash, but I moved the arm a little bit. I moved the arms so that it'll be more like horizontal, like at this plane axis, it'll be more like a whip. And I just used this purple thing as like a target to like line up the animation. This one's pretty good. There's like little parts that I don't like though, like parts of the whip have some sort of deformation. I try to fix it by re-weighting it here. Everything else looks okay. I mean, I could add more segments to the whip, but I don't really want to do that because it's already a good amount. And there's like this warp in here, and I don't think it's a big deal though because it happens so fast that you don't really have even time to notice it. And this will just be like an immediate strike. You press like the A button on the controller, and just like a quick strike. But what I really want to implement is on this one. There's an animation for a sword that's actually 3 different hits in one animation. So let me put it all the way up. 107. I think if I can chop parts out of this to make a double attack and then like a special attack. So if I were to clip it for the jump here, this would be 2 attacks, 1 and 2. I have to modify though the way that the wrist works, because the right here, if you whip from here to here, then your hand actually can't be in this position. It'll actually have to be rotated. So like these 3 would have to rotate across our local Y like this. Now that'll make sense from whipping because it has to go from left to right. So like little changes like that, and then I can use the animation. Also, I think I need to remove the root motion because I think it'll really screw things up if I don't get rid of it. It's not too hard to do. It's in here under the hip. I believe it's Z. Just select it and delete it, and then it's gone. No more root motion. This triple whip. Let's see. I did get rid of some frames. I think it was this one. Let's see. I try to make it repeat. Oh no, it wasn't this one. Let's see. Oh, here. I took a bunch of frames out of that triple whip that I just showed. To try and get out only like a double whip that could like repeat. If you were to just spam the attack button and just have like whips like non-stop, like this is almost there. It's like whip, and then have it whip and never stop. As long as you keep pushing A, or just whip whatever's in front non-stop. And there's no root motion, so even if you're standing still, it still looks pretty accurate. Like it doesn't look too bad. It just looks because really this is the footwork is supposed to move you forward, but even if you're standing still, it looks like you're just using momentum. So like this floaty feel where you're not we're supposed to go forward and not move, and um, like it doesn't really register. Like I'm watching it, and it's like it just looks like like she's just moving her feet for momentum's sake, not. And I'm not really noticing that she's not moving forward. So like if she's even if she's walking forward, the same animation would still work. So this works for standing in one spot and for moving forward. So I think this would be pretty useful. I used to change the whipping to be more like the other ones, so it's like on a planar axis. Here I didn't change. I didn't adjust the whip, so it's just like static shape that gets thrown around. It looks pretty good already. I would just change it to be like more in the middle like this, like on the more on the XY plane, not really have too much of a Z offset. Like that. I'm not gonna save it because I'm gonna redo the animation. And I was just working. I was trying to figure out how to do the whipping because it's actually pretty complex behavior. Oh, let's see what I have. If I find another. These are named wrong, but I was trying to do like another strike where it has like a leg momentum built in. Let's see. Yeah, like if like when a pitcher throws a baseball and just like put that whole body weight behind the whip. Although I didn't finish animating the whip, I was just trying to see, like, I don't know, I would have preferred to do it like this instead of like these animations that I'm trying to, instead of like this. I'm not really happy with this. It's like, it's so ordinary. Like, I really want something way more fanciful, like something unique. Like, you know, this is just a sword strike and it looks okay, but I don't think it's good enough. Like, it's not good enough for me. Like what I would really like. Let's see. Let me make a new one. All right, let me copy this one over. What I would really like is like, yeah, this is the whip, but I would like it if it was like super momentum based. Like if this leg like was over here and then like her shoulders like moved way more dramatically, like one direction, like this way, and like there's like a hyperextension of her shoulder. Oh gosh, that doesn't want to do it. There you go. Like her shoulder was like super extended, and like the whip was like super heavy, and it like you can it just feels like it was like a lot of power behind it. Ooh, doesn't want to apply. And like and then I also like recoil, right? Like once this whip is done, like there should be like a body recoil, like oh, I delivered so much momentum forward, and like I'm stuck in this pose for like a second, right? Like there's like a penalty for how hard I whipped, that like my body has to like recoil for a second, and it'll have like vulnerability frames where you can get attacked. Like if you attack at the wrong moment, and now you're vulnerable, you should be punished for that, and like not just attack randomly and just not don't just spam the A button, because like you have to think about if your hit will hit. And also I was thinking also that if the whip actually connects, then that's good and should have less of a momentum penalty. But if the whip doesn't connect with anything, then it should just swing excessively, and then there's like a time penalty for not hitting anything. So like you have to wait even longer for the animation to end. But if it hits something, then the animation should end a lot sooner, and then you can do your second strike. But that's really complicated, and like I do want this momentum. Uh, like if you're gonna throw a whip, like a super hard whip, I want like this leg to be super high, and like this part of the waist to twist it, and then I'll realign everything. Like I was saying, like a pitcher's throw, right? And then this leg can come down, but also like sideways, and like as this leg goes out, like if you flex your core, it'll like transfer this momentum up your body, and then this part of the body will twist, and then that'll go into some shoulder power right here. So it's like super hard whip. It's like boom. Oh, let me bend it here. Bam! Like all this leg power, and like like real power. Real power comes from the ass. It's like straight up buttocks power right here. Like transfer this butt power, and then like land this leg super hard into the ground. Like it takes a. Let me see. I have to bend forward. Like land this foot to the ground, and like plant this foot. Plant this foot super hard. Plant this foot super hard. Let me orient it. And like this is like a stomp, like a super hard stomp, and like you're just transferring your momentum on like a pivot, like an arch pivot, and it's like pivot. It's like even more power goes into the whip, like that stomp super stompy, and then like this leg starts to go backwards because it's like there's so much momentum behind it. Like I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I'm not that great at animating, but like if I can get like this illusion of mass, like it'll be so good. Like it'll be so much better than just like that sword strike that I'm adapting for whipping, and like it's gonna go forward, and the whip will have like a cool shape. Like, it just extends and like smacks somebody in the face. But these are so complicated. These animations are so much more complicated. They got deformed. Gosh darn it. I don't know what's doing that. Are you too good to not be deformed? Can you just not do that? Anyways, I want like a C shape, and then I want this to make like a C shape. Let me use this one. I mean, this is originally what I was using this for. I want like the whip to deform into a C. It just like comes towards you, and then as it goes forward, it should get smaller, but faster. Smaller and faster because there's like less mass. But that also means less mass means more speed, and just like at the point of impact, like it's going so fast it'll just like crack anything. Like if you perfectly hit anything at the very tip, like it should shatter. Like whatever gets hit at maximum momentum should just shatter. So I was thinking of those two mechanics. One is where if you get it in the perfect strike zone, like this part of the whip, like I would say these two bones, if you get your distance correct, that should do way more damage than anything else. And the other one is that if your whip doesn't hit anything, there should be a penalty for swinging your whip into empty air and not having contact with anything. And that'll make the recoil take maybe like maybe 25% or 50% or even 100% longer, depending on how hard it is. And then because you're like, if you throw your momentum behind it, right? You throw your momentum. I don't know if you've ever swung a baseball bat, but if you don't hit the ball, like it's really uncomfortable to not have hit anything because like you're counting on that momentum transfer to the ball that kind of like makes the bat bounce backwards on contact, and it's like really helpful to like regain your balance. But if you don't hit anything, it's like it's harder. Also, when you throw a punch, if you throw a punch and hit somebody, like that'll adjust your momentum. But if you don't hit anybody, or if they dodge, you keep moving forward, and that opens you up to get attacked. So I want that kind of concept. And like right here, and then let's not forget that some of the strikes are gonna have a cool rat. a rat at the end. Like I put this little nub here, so the rat can wrap its tail around it and just like wear a helmet and just like mess up anything that it strikes at full speed. So I want like this kind of attack that's like straight line, and also the one these kind of slash attacks that are like this one's like a sweeping attack, right? Let's see, this one I fix. Let's use this one. No, some target. There it is. There's like a sweeping attack. All right, on this one, this is like the point of like curvature damage. So I curved the whip around this marker here. So whatever would it be here? Actually, this should be here. Is the damage. So it's like it sweeps like this. So this is like an arc. Anything caught in this arc will get damaged. So I'm gonna make that the main attack that you can just spam over and over again. But I'm still not happy with like this like this animation. Like yeah, it has some momentum, but like I want some like real power behind it. Like I said with the other one, like I want like a leg wind up, like a boom. Like I stomp here and like I use the power of the earth to like freaking like speed attack you, like freaking push myself forward with like super power, like from the butt. Like I said, the real power comes from the butt. Like a lot of people underestimate that, but that's like deadlift. You can like deadlift anything, way more than any of your other lifts. Like forget squatting, like butt power. Like if I whip you, like if I freaking stomp on here and like stomp this out and during a whip, so, and, like ground yourself to the earth, like your whole body's a pivot, like just boof, like whatever you hit will get smacked into infinity. Like I want that momentum. I want this whip to feel like you put like your freaking life force into like smacking the shit out of something. It's like, boom, like you like get whipped super hard. It's like I want it to like resonate and then maybe like make like so hard like her boobs will jiggle or and like recoil like on impact. Like this stomping, like I want this like earth stomping. And then transfer that energy forward, and even like even after the stomps, like you know, if you don't hit anything, just keep moving forward and hope. And, like here's a damage penalty. Like if you didn't hit anything, now you have to like catch your balance and like stumble a bit. Like oh no, like I missed the whippy, so now I gotta like, oops, whoopsie, like. Move this one forward. Whoops. Try to stop yourself before you like, you know, fall off the ledge with your momentum. Actually, it should be like this maybe. Like cartoony kind of stop yourself, like come to the screeching halt, and then like little footsteps, like oh I went too far. I'm trying to slow down, but like I have so much momentum because I just went for a super whip that's gonna take me a bit to like slow down. But I'm really happy with this character too. Like the script makes everything very fun. And also, I wanted the ballerina aesthetic because they're so athletic. They can do like all these like they can throw momentum super hard. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the ribbon competitions, but like they do some crazy ass shit. Like they'll twist, like they'll spin, like they'll literally spin like this. I mean, their hip, they'll spin like this. Like I swear. I mean, this leg spins too to keep up with it, but like those girls that do ribbon gymnastics, like they can literally spin like that, like and this fast. like whoosh, like in real time, like and the camera can't even like spot them. Like they're so fast. It's like holy crap. Like I need to go see one of these things in person at some point. Like they literally spin like this. They literally do this, and like this as well. Like they even go full upside down, and then this leg will be like this. Like I've been studying this for the whip stuff, and like I can't believe humans can do this, and they do it so damn casually. Like it's no big deal. I'll just like contort myself to this inhuman. Yeah, this like they can do this. This position, as impossible as it is, they do it, and then they flip back up and they stand up, and then they do it like three more times within a couple of seconds. It's like how like what's like this is like even this character shouldn't be able to do it, but humans do it. But anyways, yeah, like I want to put more momentum into all these strikes, but like I can't get it right. It just doesn't it never looks right. Like I'll start like this and okay. Also the whip is like the way they use the whip in real life is also like fencing, so like these sword strikes that are coming the animations aren't really adequate because like it's all in the wrist. Like this would be a sword strike, but if it was a whip strike, it actually should be this part of the wrist here should be like oops, should be like there, like a specific angle, because like the whipping part also comes from here from the wrist, and like when you recall the whip, let's go from left to right. You go like this, and then this little wrist slap will make the whip like wrap around you a little bit and like set up the next strike, because then it'll go like this, and then the elbow has to come like this, but the whip, well, the whip shouldn't really react because it's still like in free fall behind you, and then the elbow should lead the whipping, so this has to go this way, like this, and then the elbow should come this way, and then this extends this, and then the wrist should start to move a little bit, and then that'll do the next arch for the whip, and then it'll wrap around you. It's opposite direction. I don't know. I have not seen any of this stuff in the game, and I've been like doing a lot of research on whips. And actually, this isn't too hard. It's just a little bit harder because there's so many segments and like the momentum has to look right, and it is difficult. But like, I think it'll be a lot. I think it'll be very worthwhile to do these mechanics. Like, and I can if I can add this leg momentum though, like that will make me infinitely happy to just like put a dinosaur stomp on stuff, just like boom, like whip, super hard to stomp it out. Like I if I could do it, I would do it. And I know I'm really behind because I could have like made an entire game instead of making this model and like doing these more intricate animations and stuff. But like I want to do it this way. I want it to be good. I don't want it to be like every sword attack that has ever existed ever. Like this is a whip. This is a new kind of weapon. Like it needs to like flow and be beautiful and like have these like nice curves like that are worth it. Like because it's like there's so much more that can be done, especially when they add starts adding special effects like lights and stuff that'll like outline the momentum of the whip and like have like cool glowing stuff, like not this exact shape, but like when the whip comes, and then it'll be like a sonic boom as well, like whoosh, over here, and then like have this like a build up, like you should be able to see the air, because when the whip starts moving near the speed of air, it builds up air pockets. There's like a physics law where there's like air that sticks to the whip, then it makes like an air bubble, and then when it breaks a sound barrier, it just goes whoosh, and like that's what makes the whip sound. But I want like a visual representation also of like the air building up, like power building up. Like right here should be like a lump, like wherever the front of the whip is at that moment, and they should travel like this too. Because like as you go out through the whip, like the curvature is extends more towards the end, and then at the end it's like at peak speed and momentum. There should be like I want like a visual representation of that. I want like this kind of C shape, but like more outlining the whip, and then I want it to like look like it's alive, like like a like a ball of air, like in Last Airbender, where Aang's like building up energy and then like releases it, but like right before the impact, it's like building up, like it's just like you see the circulating air that's like about to like mess something up, and then on impact it just like releases on impact. That's what I want. I want the momentum. I want this curvature to be like perfect. I want this to like look like it has like real physics behind it, and like you really threw your momentum to every whip. Like the momentum like really came out of here, like boosh. Like I want it to like feel right. I want it to feel right, and I want like the hips. I want the hips to move the right way. Like I want like wiggle. I want the right kind of wiggle. I want like oosh, boosh, like heaviness. Like I mean, she probably weighs only like 100 pounds because whatever. That's what ballerinas do to themselves, and so do gymnasts. And actually, that makes them way faster. But like, I still want like momentum, like stomping momentum, like just you grab this damn thing, like boosh, like ground your foot into the ground, and then pivot, like, and then destroy stuff with like this leverage. All right, I've talked enough about whipping. See you later.